Restoration 1958 RCA Victor orthophonic high fidelity. The cabinet refinishing is complete. Using my overfinish method, which can be explained on request. It's not perfect, but it's very nice and very serviceable. Now, there were several people on YouTube that had issues with trying to remove the speaker boards out of these to redo the grill cloth, and it took me a while to figure it out. As you can see, the motor board and record storage rack area, control panel and everything is not removable. It's glued into the cabinet, and the speaker board comes up above that. So it actually slides in like a slot. Now, the original grill cloth that this unit had was like a diamond pattern. And Radio Days doesn't carry anything even similar to this that I could find. And this is pretty faded. Behind the frame it was very dark purple. But I came up with another solution, and that's this. This is actually VM speaker grill cloth out of a scrapped cabinet. And it has these metal lattices over the top of the cloth. And this cloth used to be gold, but years ago I spray painted it black. And the VM cabinet was just used as a giant speaker. The amplifier was dead, and it became a giant speaker slash fish tank stand, and has now been scrapped. But the cloth was good, and the metal lattices were good, so that's what's going to get put into the VM, and I think it's going to look fabulous with the cathedral top style doors. So I'm going to demonstrate installing this speaker board into this cabinet for those that couldn't figure out how to get them apart. So I'm going to set the camera down. And the first thing I'm going to have to do before I can do that is just reinstall the handles, because I forgot. To do this very carefully. Now, the way I do a refinish like this is I sand the existing finish till it's completely sanded flat, and then I use stain to fill any scratches in, and then I usually do 2 to 3 coats of Minwax polyurethane satin with a brush, and then afterwards I sand it till it's flat again, and then I do 2 to 3 coats of Minwax polyurethane using spray cans. And the thing that's nice with the spray cans is you can paint it like you're painting a car. If you really want to glass top it, you have to do one side at a time. Got to be very careful these don't turn when I tighten the screw, because there's, I think, a total of like 7 or 8 coats on this now, and it's still soft. Okay, the handles are on. Turn the cabinet on its side. I have these very nice soft fleece blankets. They're available at the dollar store. They're only $5, and they're perfect for protecting furniture. And then to install your speaker board, take it like this, and it literally slides into the cabinet from the bottom. Now with these metal grills on here, it's going to be a little bit thicker than it's supposed to be, but I'm hoping I'll be alright. You just very carefully slide it in. Okay, I'm only going to install one screw for demonstration purposes. There's like 21 or 25 screws in this that hold this panel in, and it's necessary so that there's no vibration when the machine is playing. Actually, I'll put in two just so it's held in there good. And it's easy for you to tell if this is the way you take yours apart. And I'll show you in a minute how you can tell. So screw your soundboard back in. And you have to remove the speakers from the soundboard because there's screws hidden behind the speakers. Okay, and then you're going to put all your screws in and stand your cabinet back up. Like that. And like I said, the grills look fantastic. And what they have is these small pieces of molding, which are inside the phono compartment. And you'll see it here where the front of the cabinet meets the phono deck. You will find like a molding that covers that gap. Which of course the furniture plant, couldn't have a perfect tolerance, so they made it with a molding that goes there. And then there's a piece that goes down here if you don't have the radio, because that shows, and a piece that goes here. And there's another piece about 1 inch long. I can't really see too well what I'm doing. And that's what you want to look for if you're trying to take the grill out. If there's a piece of molding with screws, that's how you do it. The motor board and stuff is not removable. It's glued in at the furniture plant. So that's how you get your speaker board out of these. Well, this is an unusual cabinet for an orthophonic. Most of them have horizontal boards that go across like this. I think like 3 or 4 of them. Where this has a more elegant, furniture-ish looking design to it. Instead of putting the light down there, where most of them are on other brands, they put it here and it uses a single bulb to light both the inside and outside. So that's removing and reassembling your speakers. This lattice looks great in here. Protects it a little bit more so if cats scratch at it, they won't rip the cloth up. And worked out great. '58 RCA Victor orthophonic stereo.